Good morning, student. Today we're going to start with a new chapter, that is parliamentary form of government. Chapter 3 of class 8. Previously, Srovana Miss has explained the first two chapters, that is chapter 1 and chapter 2. So today we will start with the third chapter. So our discussion will be on what is parliament and why people participate in decision making in parliamentary form of government. That will be the discussion of the topic. So first we will learn what is parliament. Parliament is derived from a French word parler, which means speech, talk, debate and conversation. And the suffix "men" denotes the result that has been the outcome of the result that is coming out after the discussions and the debate. That is called result of the product or the action being taken. So parliament is a place where the discussion, conversation on any topic is taken place. Now we do have a parliamentary form of government. We know that we are having a democratic form of government and it is a parliamentary form of government also. So before independence, under the colonial rule of British, we have suffered a lot, and that's why the political leaders and those who have drafted the constitution, they wanted to participate people in the decision making. They actually want that people should participate in decision making of the government, and that's why they adopted a democratic style of government where the people will participate in decision making. As quoted by Abraham Lincoln, democracy is a form of government which is based on of the people, for the people and by the people. That means it is concerned with the people only. So it is the people who takes the decision in a democratic form of government. And thus people's role is very vital. So in order to have public opinion, people are participating in decision making procedure with the help of universal adult franchise that we will read today. After, what is parliament? We have learned about what is parliament. Then we will read about why do people participate in decision making. So I have told you that during the freedom struggle, people have suffered a lot. And from various backgrounds, they were inspired by the ideas of freedom, equality and participation of decision making came. The constitution gave right to the people of India to decide whom they want as their representatives. So it is the constitution which have given the people the right to choose their representatives, and this might be the first step of the Indian constitution to give the people the sole responsibility of the government. So the constitution has given the right to the people to decide who will be their representatives. So this right was given as the people of India suffered a lot in the hands of the British. As they suffered a lot and they dreamed of a nation which gave them a freedom, equality, justice, that's why it is the people on whom the constitution has wasted the power to elect its representatives. So participation in decision making was the first step taken by the people of India. So the constitution laid down the principle of universal adult franchise, which entitled people who had attained the age of 18 and above have the right to vote and elect its representative, and without any discrimination based on caste, religion, color, sex, property, education, place of birth, etc. So every individual who has attained 18 years of age have the right to vote. So this is the main spirit of the constitution, which give the people to shape their public opinion, to give the people decision making power to elect their representatives. So now we will read about people and their representation. Okay, people and their representation. So what this means? The people of India is electing a person who is representing us. On behalf of us, they are taking the decision. So the democratic government is formed with the consent of the people. Democracy means a government which is elected by the people, and people elect the representative in the parliament. And these representatives then form the government. The parliament controls and guides the government. So that is the procedure. People elect the representatives who run the constitution, who run the government, and we elect those persons on behalf of us. So the welfare, the well-being of the people depends on the activity which the representatives are undertaking on behalf of us. So the parliament controls and guides the government, and those representatives, they are forming the government, they are implementing laws and policies on behalf of us. So we do have a parliamentary form of government. So India has a parliamentary form of government. So India has been a nominal executive. That means the president is the nominal head, and all the executive power is vested on the prime minister. We do have a parliamentary form of government where the nominal head is the president and the real head is the prime minister. Or as it can be described that president is only a rubber stamp, his role. All the important decisions are actually taken by the prime minister in a parliamentary form of government, whereas president gives his assent only. So in a parliamentary form of government, the real head belongs to the prime minister, and the nominal head, that means nominated head, is president. So in a parliamentary form of government, people elect the representatives who run the government on behalf of us, and there are two executive, one is real executive and another is nominal executive. President is the nominal executive and prime minister is the real executive in a parliamentary form of government. So in our next class, we are going to read about the presidential form of government. Different types of government we will do it. So today in our topic of discussion, we have read what is parliament. So it is a place where debate and discussion taken place, and after the debate and discussions and all, the plan or the action that has to be implemented are carried on. That means the product or the results have to be carried on. So why do people participate in decision making? Because during the freedom struggle, people have suffered a lot. And during the colonial rule also, people have suffered a lot. But they do not have any say on that. They do not have any opinion on that. So they do not have the right to speech, right to opinion. So that's why the constitution has given the decision making procedure solely on our shoulder, to the people, to the mass, so that they can shape the decision with the help of universal adult franchise. That is the notion of the constitution. So our country is the first country who have given the people this universal adult franchise, through which everyone who have attained the age of 18 can participate in the decision making procedure with the help of voting. Next is people and their representation. I am again discussing people elect those representatives, and those representatives run the government, and the parliament controls and guides the government. And thus the running of the parliament is to guide and control the government. In a parliamentary government, we have two types of head, that is nominal head, the president nominal head, and Prime Minister, real head. Okay, if they are executing. We have three organs of the government: legislature, executive and judiciary. In the executive organ, we have the president as a nominal head and prime minister as the real head. So today, up to this, in the next class, we will read about the president, the power of the president, functions of the president, the tenure of office of the president. In the next class, we will continue with that. Thanking you, student.